Hey, welcome to Spit in the Bit. We're talking about Derby contenders and kind of a fun one, the Puma. Trainer Gustavo Delgado and the jockey is Javier Castellano. Sire is Essential Quality. Won the Tampa Bay Derby, but had some other really impressive races that we'll talk about. Has faced almost everybody. I mean, he's faced so many good horses, beat some good horses. So
Yes,
really
for sure. And only lost by a whisker in the Florida Derby.
yeah. So if you like Commandment, you gotta like the Puma, right? Like you mentioned, beat
Yeah, for
Further
sure.
Ado. Further Ado is coming off a long layoff, but still beat Further Ado. So it's
Yeah,
got a resume, that's for
he
sure.
shows up.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure. And looks like by the breeding, he's gonna like the added distance. It's the exact same um team as Mage, not no blood no blood relation to Mage, but the exact same team. And as luck would have it, they drew the exact same stall, and Mage, I think, left from the eighth post, and the Puma's going to leave from the ninth post.
destiny. It's meant to be, I guess.
Destiny.
Um,
Right. And a great name. It's one of our top two or three names, I think, on both of our lists of Derby horses this year.
for sure. I think a lot of people like the name and think that may the non-horse people, I think, will bet the Puma heavy. So may hurt his odds a
Yeah,
little.
yeah, he's an interesting horse. Would have, well, we'll show a clip of the Florida Derby. Um, I was pretty certain up until the last tick that he was going to win that race. Um, but Commandment ran him down.
Yeah, yeah. Our buddy Jay, this is his pick. He likes the Puma.
Really? Does he
Well,
say why?
well, he has a little bit vested interest in Essential Quality. He has a full by Essential
Oh,
Quality.
okay.
So he's got some
Sure.
interest there, just like with Chief Wallaby and Constitution. He has a horse scheduled to go to Constitution. So a little bit of a personal, I think it's as much
Sure.
read for him as it is. And then he's one who said who told me the fact that it's been since Justify that no 100-point race winner has won the Derby. And well, the Puma fits that bill. So, which I don't know if that's a betting angle, but he likes it. So. Yeah,
Yeah, and I like it, but I think there's two big asterisks to that. Maximum Security won the Kentucky Derby. It wasn't because they were cheating. For whatever reason, the horse got spooked, but I think he still would have won.
yeah.
And then I can't remember if maybe Medina Spirit finished second
Yeah,
in
you,
his
you
previous
can't
race. But
you can't hold it
yeah,
against the horse for doing well. Is my point in that statistic. It's like, wait, you're going to hold it
oh, for
against
sure. I
the
mean,
horse because he won one of the big races going in. I think it's just kind of a
right, and
coincidence that that's happened.
the Derby's just it's just not like anything else with those 20 horses and all the things that can go wrong.
But speaking of things that
Um,
can go wrong, this is why I don't like the Puma. My knock on him, I think he can fall back.
mhm,
He comes from he's a a horse that likes coming from the clouds. That's coming from behind, and so I don't think he'll have a lot of horses to pass. Uh, unless he gets the ride and he stays up, but he's a closer, and there's going to be too much traffic possibility of too much traffic. He's
mhm.
dependent on a trip. I don't like that when some things are a little bit out of your hand, out of your control, and um, so that's my knock on the Puma. I mean, um, I love the fact that he's battle tested and all that, but boy, the Derby, I'm always concerned about the traffic, and he's going to have to navigate some traffic for sure.
Yeah, and I think I'll speak a little bit more to that. Like his final three furlongs are real comparable with the top 6 or 7 horses. Um, but he's 11th, excuse me, 10th on my list for the final furlong. And
Oh,
again, that I thought for sure he was going to win that race. And he didn't run badly. There's still a touch of a little greenness to him to me. But I think he was slowing down a little bit as much as Commandment was passing him. So we'll see. I really like this horse a lot, but he's kind of on my cusp if I for what I would include in a superfecta. And the only my trifecta bets because they're more affordable. He'll be in there on the lower end, but I'm still hemming and hawing if I'm going to throw him in my expensive superfecta bet.
okay, okay. Because yeah, he's a horse you don't want to overlook, but on the flip side, there's a lot that could go wrong. That lot that I'm I know he likes distance, but I don't know. Is he going to like a mile and a quarter, or is he mile and an eighth?
Right.
Like you said, and it looked like mile and an eighth looked like all he had in him. Um,
Yeah, and I don't albeit he's fighting off um three. I mean, he'd already nearly won't will probably go to the Preakness, but
he put him
it was a
away. He had to put nearly away at one point. Yeah.
right. And it was a super slow pace, but he couldn't hold. He held off Chief Wallaby, who we both really like a lot. Yeah, I don't have a knock against this horse. It's more um, I need to see more of an improvement, and I hear he's working well, but an improvement to put him in my top 8, for example. I have him at 10. How about you?
Um, I have him higher than 10. I have him at 7. So,
Yeah, and he's just that kind of horse. But he's a great horse. I like him.
yeah.
I'm not going to knock anybody that puts him higher. Put it that way.
Nope. And hey, let's watch that race. Let's watch him down the stretch. And it's a gritty race.
Yeah.
Tough horses fighting it out. Three
See
of
what
them.
people think. Yeah, he's on the outside there with the yellow hat, going by Chief Wallaby, running down nearly. So real nice move in the turn. The number 4 behind is Commandment coming at him.
Yeah, Commandment's coming wide.
Yeah, so far I was super happy with it, and still I like it here. And I thought for sure he had it, but right about here he starts to do a little of the drifting, head cocked a little bit. It just looks like Commandment is more professional and more consistent through that whole stretch drive, especially that last 50 yards.
Yeah, I I I agree 100%. Yeah. Um, good horse. Looked a little green, coming down there, but again, like I said, it looked like a mile and an eighth
About it.
was about it. I don't. I think even Chief Wallaby had more momentum there at the end. If it
Yeah.
on a mile and a quarter, I think he would have finished third. But
Yeah, I agree. 100%. And maybe there's those that believe in him um higher than where you and I have him. He's, in my opinion, he's gonna have to improve a little bit. And I would have liked to seen him finish up just a little better. To me, he's running out of gas, and I think there's some metrics that back that up a little bit. But again, he could improve. He's
true.
done it each race. He seems like he gets a little
Every,
bit better.
every race he's gotten a little better. So if he gets better than that, that's pretty good. Um,
Yep.
but yeah, you kind of already spoke to how you're going to bet him. I don't know if I'm going to have him in all my um, all my stuff. I'm definitely gonna have a bet or two with him in it, but I don't.
Yep.
I may leave him out of some of my exotics. I'm for sure not going to have a bet on him to win. For a couple reasons. One, I
Hmm.
don't think he can win. Two, I don't. I just the whole traffic thing worries me that he's going to be having to navigate traffic more than some of the other horses. And then I think he's going to be overbet because of his name, and he's got a little bit of a following. So those three reasons,
Yeah,
make
and I think that's all reasonable. I think for him to finish in the money, I think it's going to have to be one of those races where he gets a really nice trip, and it's possible. I mean, Mage had a really nice trip and ran down two fills to win the Derby. Anything can happen, but you're trying to gauge what's most likely to happen. So for me, he's a question mark, but he might be in my trifecta if I go a little aggressive and deeper, I guess is the best way to put it in my trifecta. Does that make sense?
yep, yep, for sure. All right, fun horse. We'll see
Yep.
how he does on Derby Day. Go Puma.
Go the Puma.
All right, have a good one.
You too.